Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another absurd Heroine video. So today we're playing more Boros. I know I just released a Boros video, but I wanted to try a video of me making a deck, like playtesting, coming up with the idea and playtesting the deck. And that just happened to be a Boros deck. So if you haven't noticed, there should be another video that is released at the same time as this video. If you would like to see me build this deck and playtest it before this video, then you can find that link in the description down below, or just visit my channel. It should be released right at the same time. If you would like to watch this one first and then go watch the playtest deck building video afterwards, that also sounds awesome. And let me know what you think about me doing that, because I think I might make it a regular thing if people really like watching me actually come up with the ideas and building the decks and playtesting and stuff like that. So I think that video is probably going to be like an hour long. And I ended up playtesting this for maybe 3 times as long as that. So this is the final build that I have come up with. It could probably still use some refinements here or there, but I think it's in a good spot. I think it's in a spot that is good enough to make a video. And I went through multiple different iterations and stuff like that. So if you do go back and you watch the playtest deck building video, then keep in mind that it didn't end there. It kept going for many days till finally we reached this point. And now I'm going to make a video on it, like my normal videos. So every single video that I make has that whole process, multiple days worth of playtesting, before finally I present something to the interwebs. So without further ado, let's go through the deck. It is a Halvar equipment deck. So actually, technically, this is a Reckless Crew deck. This is the one card that the whole deck is built around, and this is where we want to be winning. This is where we want to be winning. So regardless of how the deck does, because obviously it's not a min-maxed deck, it is a janky deck, but it is a fun janky deck. We want to bring out Reckless Crew or cast Reckless Crew and have a bunch of equipment to attach to our dwarves. So we make a ton of dwarves. We have a bunch of equipment that attaches to those dwarves. And then maybe that turn or the next turn get in and kill our opponent. So for those of you who do not know, Reckless Crew, it is a sorcery for 4. Create X 2/1 red dwarf berserker tokens, where X is the number of vehicles you control plus the number of equipment you control, and for each of those tokens, you may attach an equipment you control to it. So this card is fun, but it is lacking something very important, which is haste. These creatures do not have haste. If they did, then it would be way better, obviously. As you will see as we go through, it seems like it's just very much so lacking haste. But it's still very interesting to see, and there's some janky combos that we have going on here. So let's go through the rest of the deck. We have Fervent Champion because this is an equipment deck, and Fervent Champion just works perfectly in an equipment deck, and we just want to get up to, you know, our Reckless Crew levels, right? So in the meantime, we can equip our Fervent Champion with equipment, because if you don't know, actually, equip abilities you activate that target Fervent Champion costs 3 less to activate, which is why he's in here. So we just cast our equipment, and then we can attach the equipment to him fairly easily. Then we have Tormentor's Helm, which is our first equipment, and it's just a very, very cheap equipment that gives +1/+1 and can deal damage. There were a couple other choices that we had in this slot, and that included Kite Sail, which didn't pump your creature at all, but it gave it flying. And I think like Short Sword. I don't even know if Short Sword's in standard anymore. But there were a few equipment that could come out for one, and this one seemed to be the best one. But honestly, you could really switch this out for anything. Then Shadow Spear, obviously, here's another amazing 1-drop equipment must have in this kind of a deck. Then we have Fire Prophecy, which is our removal, but also our way of kind of like churning through our deck to try and find our Reckless Crew. Crashing Drawbridge. So this is a card that I put in to give our Reckless Crew haste, right? So you know, sometimes your opponent can react if they're a control deck, and they didn't counter Reckless Crew, they'll just like board wipe you. And this Crashing Drawbridge helps that not to happen, basically. I would love to be able to get rid of this Crashing Drawbridge. I would love to be able to get rid of this. And if you do end up playing this deck, you can try it without it and just wait a turn when you cast your Reckless Crew. And if they don't find a way to deal with your Reckless Crew, then you get in the next turn. Maze Mind Tome is just another way of finding our combo pieces. It's just an excellent combo deck card. Then we have Mace of the Valiant. So Mace of the Valiant is a beautiful card in this deck. So you have like, you know, maybe 3 or 4 equipment out, including Mace of the Valiant. You cast Reckless Crew, then Mace of the Valiant immediately gets 4 counters on it. Bam. Very, very good. Maul of the Skyclaves is just like a really strong card. It's one of the best, if not the best, equipment that is out there right now. Contender, obviously, with Embercleave and Shadow Spear. Embercleave is not in here because it actually doesn't work well in the deck, surprisingly enough. Because you don't really attack in very often. It's not like an aggro deck. It's kind of like the very last turn combo deck. And in that case, that's fine. I suppose you could put 1 or 2 of them in here for when you actually attack in with your Reckless Crew, and then you can attach an equipment to 1 and just trample. It's a fine equipment. It really is. But the point here is to get as many equipment on the field before we cast Reckless Crew. So I went for more cheaper options. Then we have Halvar, God of Battle. So this is an excellent card. If you get it early, you can drop it as an equipment. And if you get it after Reckless Crew or in your hand at the same time as Reckless Crew, then you can cast Reckless Crew, have all your equipment attached to your creatures, and then attack in for double, you know, cast this guy the next turn, then attack in for double strike levels of damage. Very good dude. The bottom part isn't really super great, though. It only works with Fervent Champion, which is... Or not the bottom part, I'm sorry. The bottom part of the equipment is what I'm trying to say. Whenever equipped creature dies, return it to its owner's hand. Obviously, that doesn't work with token creatures, but it works with Fervent Champion. And then last but not least, we have Nahiri, Heir of the Ancients. We have a lot of targets for her to search for, but oftentimes we will just be using her as dealing damage or just creating a core warrior and attaching equipment to it. All right, that's the entire deck. Sorry, that took a little more explanation, more explaining than normal. So let's just get right in, see how we do. Pretzel. Person who likes pretzels, a pretzel enthusiast. All right, well, we don't have any equipment, but we do have Reckless Crew and a couple of other good cards and a Maze Mind Tome, so I think I'm gonna keep it. We'll cast the tome first to help fix our draws. We're up against blue, so they might counter that. They don't. Awesome. Excellent. Mace of the Valiant. Sure. We'll take a Mace of the Valiant. We'll cast that first and then cast Crashing Drawbridge after. Okay. We don't really need lands at the moment. Has double strike as long as there are 3 or more instant or sorcery cards in your graveyard. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. So we can Fire Prophecy that. I'm not like super worried about it right now, but I probably will be eventually. So we're gonna try and Crashing Drawbridge, I guess. See if they counter that. Definitely holding up counter spell mana here. We'll try to Shadow Spear, see what happens. Aha, they don't want to do anything. That's fine. Maul of the Skyclaves. Also good. I think we shall keep that. We get Maul the Skyclaves out, then we'll probably just Reckless Crew the turn after that, but they're definitely holding up Counterspell mana here somewhere. So maybe we'll try Nihiri first. Okay, they don't even want to attack. That's great. So I guess we Nihiri, huh? Force them to counter something? I don't want them to counter the Reckless Crew, right? That's the whole entire point of the deck. It's the whole point. Okay, so they didn't counter it. Fascinating. We're just gonna plus her right now. Get more things on the Mace of the Valiant, I guess. Get more, oh, okay, they have a shock. Sure, that's fine. I don't think we need that. Next. So they're getting close to having double strike. No! They're gonna kill our crashing drawbridge. Or maybe not. Maybe they're just gonna go kill Nahiri? Okay. So no blocks. Because we're gonna lose Nahiri either way. Hi, Nahiri.
Maybe I used the wrong approach.
Okay, so are we gonna have enough dwarves here? We're only gonna have 2 dwarves. This is gonna be fairly big. Maybe we should just Fire Prophecy. Dropping a Shadow Spear. Okay, cool. We'll keep that one up. For more shenanigans. Shenanigans. Okay. See if they counter that. We are not going to drop our Maul of Skyclaves, though. Pass, no blocks. Don't want to lose our crashing drawbridge here. I think I might just Maw the Skyclaves, honestly. Put it on our crashing drawbridge. Okay. And I suppose we could even put the Shadow Spear on it too. What the heck? Let's have a flying, first striking, life-linking drawbridge. This is a nasty drawbridge. And then next turn we can Reckless Crew. And hope to the gods that they didn't draw a counterspell. But that'll be pretty decent. That'll put 3 more counters on our Mace of the Valiant. So we'll get in for quite a bit. Experimental Overload. Okay. Opt, sure. Oh, Althar. Alright, get in there, Reckless Crew. Let's do it. Let's make the magic happen. 1, 2, 3. All right. Get in there. This one and this one. Oh, yeah. And then next turn we Halvar. We might put the Shadow Spear on the Mace of the Valiant Dwarf. Just so that I can get in. Trample. With that trample damage, we'd have to draw a mana in order for that, or land in order to be able to do that, though. Because Halvar will give this double strike, but we need 2 more mana on top of that in order to equip the Shadow Spear to the Mace of the Valiant dude. Indeed. Let's go. Hopefully I don't have a bounce spell. Bounce spell would also be particularly bad for us. Huh. What? Sure. Actually, Halvar will allow us to automatically equip Shadow Spear to the Mace of the Valiant guy. That's like one of the weirdest things I've seen anybody do. Take that action. Whoop. Oh yeah. Attack you for 1 billion trample damage. You gotta block with more than just that. Oh, you're just gonna admit defeat. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I really do like Experimental Overload and would love to make a deck based on that card. Well played. Oh no! This would be a great hand. If only it had red mana. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it. Because this would be a great hand. We just have to draw red mana. If we don't draw red mana, then like... Alright. Then alright. Ah, yes. I forgot. We want to put our overlay on. Enable the overlay. Okay. Spear. Spear. Sword of the Realms. Hopefully Fervent Champion. Get in for a bunch. Come on. Give us a red. Give us a mountain. Yes. So here's a question. Do we actually cast Halvar this turn? Or do we Fervent Champion? I think we Fervent Champion. Right. We can equip for free, pretty much. Then next turn we can, you know, do this. And then equip it for almost for free. Unfortunately, it doesn't pay for the white mana. What do we have here? Aw, he's gonna kill it. Darn. I guess we should have waited for that then. I didn't think that they were, what? Golgari. I thought they were gonna be Gruul. I suppose Gruul would have been able to get rid of it just as easily, so. That's a lesson learned. That's a lesson learned. Fervent Champion's a fairly new addition to the deck, so I haven't had the chance to, like, really play with it too much. Alright, so we are gonna kill that. Oh, yeah. Okay. And draw planes. Sure. Now we just need a creature. Or, Reckless Crew. I think Nahiri would be good. Garrick. I would be okay with getting another Fervent Champion here too.
You're in the... Unfortunately for you, they're quite hungry.
Ugh, that's no good. That was 3 lands in a row. No bueno. Okay. Come on, Fervent Champion. Okay. Sure.
Out of our way.
This doesn't look good if we keep on drawing lands here. Need to not draw lands. Mawless Skyclaves isn't perfect either. I guess we should have saved our Halvar. We're gonna keep this Plains for a Fire Prophecy if we draw one. This is the bad thing about this deck. The weakness of this deck is just drawing all of your equipment and not drawing anything else.
Dare you to stop this?
Sure. So it's like a weird Finn deck. Kind of like a Finn Bruiser deck. Yeah, we don't really care about poison here, friend. Okay, there we go. We did it. Are they just gonna kill it? They probably are. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they had a way of killing this. Yeah. So that's it for us. That was our last chance. We drew the Fervent Champion, but they had removal for it. All right. I think we can keep this. We'll start with a Fabled Passage. So that we can cast Mace of the Valiant and Nahiri on curve. Ooh, Typhoon. Okay, so we're up against another... Got it. We're up against another Death Touch deck. More lands. Not ideal, but it's okay. Okay, then they do nothing. Very interesting. And we draw lands. No lands. We don't even have 24 lands in this deck. We have less than 24 lands in this deck because we don't. We curve out at 4. And I put Fabled Passages in here specifically to thin the lands out of the deck. Don't really know what's going on here. Quite curious, to be honest with you. Alright. Alright. So they can do something instant speed. I think we're just gonna make a dude though. We're just gonna Nahiri and make a dude.
The solution lies in stone.
And we'll do the mace, I guess. Not like it matters too much. Perfectly okay. I don't mind that too much. Our mace should be getting pretty big here with Nahiri out, which is nice. We can just keep plussing her. Okay. Aha! Let's see. What does this guy do? If an opponent lost life, put a +1/+1 counter on. Okay, so we're just gonna drawbridge for the moment. And I don't know. Probably do this too, I guess. Not like it really matters. We will definitely block Typhoid Rats, even though it's a 1/1. Yeah, because I would like to... Okay, so this is the starter deck, huh? Sure.
I will never give up.
Okay, Reckless Cruise. We've got a lot of Reckless Cruise here. So we'll probably just attack. They'll probably block with the Typhoid Rats, which is fine. And we are going to Reckless Crew, I guess. Actually, we'll minus her.
Everything is coming together.
Another Mace of the Valiant, eh? We should probably Tormentor's Helm, though. Just to get an extra dwarf. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Protected. Protected. For now. Sanitarium Skeleton, sure. Okay. Hey.
He'll taste my blood.
Okay. And then we decline that.
Survive this crisis.
And we hiya. I'm sorry. Why are we playing against a starter deck? Magic just doesn't have any confidence in what our deck can do. Okay. We need to draw lands. We do have a Fire Prophecy to help us do that. So I'm gonna keep it. Yorion, eh? Scary. Scary business here. They're like, oh, you just won against the starter deck? Here. You were complaining. You were complaining about winning against the starter deck. Have Yorion. Thank you, Magic. Mulliganing down to 5, though, huh? So Abzan Yorion, probably? That's my guess. Valky. Okay. Haha. Take that, fool. I have nothing. I have nothing to give you. And I am gonna also kill you. And I think we're gonna actually drop down this... Well, no, the Tormentor's Helm. Alright, that's an unfortunate land draw. But it is a land draw, so you know. We do need lands, people. We do need lands. So next turn we probably... I don't know, Nahiri? World's Tree, eh? Okay. So unfortunately we can't Nahiri. We will Mace of the Valiant. Do need that land. I love it, like, when I get no lands, you just don't draw any lands. Start with 2 lands, you think, oh, well, there's a good chance of me, like, drawing lands. And then they're like, no. Okay. Cool. So we're gonna Halvar probably? Do you want a Nahiri or? I suppose we could Nahiri, right? Like they're probably gonna bounce this Binding of the Old Gods. They're definitely gonna do that. But then we have another one, I guess, right?
After 1,000 years, I can finally embrace my home again.
So we probably want to minus her.
I must find the
In that
relics of
case.
my people.
Get a Shadow Spear? Yeah. Yeah. Now they kill Nahiri.
I'll be back to finish my work.
Okay. And then we Reckless Crew and hope that they don't counter it. Let's see just how far we can go with it. Aw, Emergent Ultimatum. I've seen this deck before. I hate cheating cards. Like, both Emergent Ultimatum and the Timor Ultimatum are both just like so garbage. Like, look at this. Elrond's Epiphany. Like, I don't want them to get my Halvar. Like, forget it. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in playing against that. Like, I'm just not. I'm sorry. We'll take the defeat. Okay. Yeah, we can keep this. Maze Mind Tome is going to help us quite a bit. We have good mana here. We have some early equipment. We have a Fervent Champion. Excellent. But we're going to pop this for a white. We're not going to go with a Fervent Champion like right away, especially considering that they're playing Rakdos. Like, okay. Okay, sure. Quite boring. Why are you here? Like, for real. Why are you here? Nahiri, we can't cast you anytime soon. I highly doubt we're going to be able to defeat this deck, by the way. But we can try. We need another land. We can try. We'll see what happens. We don't want another land at this point. We want more, like, equipment here. I'm surprised that they haven't done anything. This is not the deck that doesn't want to do anything. This is the deck that wants to fill up their graveyard and can only imagine what they have in their hands. Okay. You gonna steal both of them? Okay. I don't really mind this play. Could be way worse. Like, sure. Sure, dude. Whatever you want. So we are gonna Reckless Crew, and I think we're just gonna draw a card here. See if we can get more equipment here before we cast our Reckless Crew. Okay. unfortunately, we don't have, you know. Now they're just gonna steal our stuff and like throw it at our face because we don't have haste. They don't have haste. Okay. That's a very interesting play. And we're getting a lot of lands here. Keeping it in our hand for a Fire Prophecy, perhaps. Ghost Rider, okay. What? Okay. They claim the firstborn, sure. So I guess we Reckless Crew. Again, because we don't really have anything else to do. Just to put more counters on Mace of the Valiant. Decline, decline. So they steal that from us, and then they throw it at our face, probably. Or they just sacrifice it to the Ghost Rider, which is fine, because they don't actually steal the Mace of the Valiant. Which is good. Yep. Fine by me. Okay. Wow, we drew another land. Not okay. All right. We'll discard one of our lands here. I don't think they can... Yeah, they can exile... They can cast Croxa here. I mean, do they have another... If they have, like, another steel card? Acclaim the Firstborn? Then we're in trouble. But they don't. Okay. Aha! We got it. Sweet. Bam. That felt particularly good. Rakdos Sacrifice is usually, like, very good. That deck was kind of a little quirky, but I'll take it. I'll take it as a win for sure. We have 0 equipment, but we do have Fire Prophecies. I'll keep it. Let's see what happens. I like to see how my deck performs. I feel like sometimes when I'm doing these videos, I'm still like just playtesting. Okay. We have a friend going down to 6 here. Don't be afraid, friend. I'm not mono red. I promise. That's not good. We want more than that. We want more than just more land. Okay. Another Fervent Champion. Well, alright. Bring that out as red so that we keep up the Fire Prophecy. And if they play out anything, we'll probably Fire Prophecy it. Ooh, okay. Alright, sure. Wow. That's not for happy making, is it? No equipment in the first 10 cards of our deck. Not a one. None a sausage. Yeah, I know. We have a reckless crew. You're confused. I'm confused too. And of course they take it. Not very fun, are you? So do we Halvar? Or do we Sword of the Realms? Probably just Sword of the Realms, honestly. And then it gets countered. And then they play Doom Foretold. And then we concede. Oh, okay. This is like new graphics, the way that stuff goes into the exile section. All right. Go! Go, my crashing drawbridge. Another crashing drawbridge. Go, my crashing drawbridge. This is the most ridiculous game ever. Are they just never going to cast a creature spell? Probably not. I do not want to fire prophecy my own creature, though. Though I suppose I could. Just to draw a card. I mean, they're not casting anything. Okay, Nahiri. Nahiri's something, at least.
Zendikar lives, and I will heal its pain.
So I guess we'll put this one on.
Survive this crisis.
And we'll activate this to say go. Hiya! You going to kill my creature there? Heartless Act, sure. I don't mind that so much. Elspeth conquers death, sure. Yep. Nothing I can do about that.
I have much to think about.
Alright. A Maul of the Skyclaves. Beautiful. That one. We're just like decks that are just not really connecting with each other. Okay. Can we even cast that? We can't cast that right now. So, alright. So we won't. And their Elspeth Conquers Death doesn't do anything. They have 2 Foretold cards. Who the hell knows what they do? Halvar. I guess we'll Nahiri. It really doesn't matter too much, does it? They both give +2 attack at this point. All 3 of them do. Sure. I am super okay with them poisoning the cup. My creature tokens. That's probably another one there. So we're gonna definitely create another token with Nahiri and hope that they poison the cup again before we put down a Halvar. Burning Rune Demon. Okay. we choose one of those cards. Then they put that card into their hand and the other into their graveyard. So 2. Oh my god. What a jerk. It's basically they take a turn no matter what. But I'll have them exile it, I guess. And then we'll kill this Burning Rune Demon. With Nahiri. We could do it with our Fire Prophecies. No, we'll do it with Nahiri.
In my storm of stone.
And do we Halvar? We probably don't, honestly. They're going to be taking another turn after the next one. We can't even Halvar, sorry. Or we could have, yeah. Sorry. Like, these kind of long, drawn-out battles turn my mind to mush. Okay.
I won't be gone forever.
So take another turn after this one? No? Okay. I mean, we could Halvar. They'd have to kill it. They'd have to kill our Halvar. I don't want to. There's no reason for us to do that. Our Halvar is better than some random removal spell. Aw. At least we get one back. And they have nothing in their hand, which is their graveyard, which is weird. And they're not even using snow, so it's just a board wipe. It's just like a straight up board wipe. Alright. We just need a reckless crew. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's not cool. Is this... Like, I can't believe we have all these fire prophecies. This is so annoying. They don't have any creatures. And we have a ton of fire prophecies. Where's our reckless crew? We did have one once upon a time. Sure. It's got a ton of counters. You super have that crashing drawbridge. Wow. This is very unfortunate. Quite unfortunate. Does this happen first, or do I get the card back from Sword of the Realms first? I wonder. Okay. Let's see. Do we get it back, or do they get it? I think we get it first. Yeah. Take that. Take that. That was great. Now do they have more removal for our Halvar if we wanted to do it with a Halvar? No? Okay, sure. Take a turn. To do what? One of this is take another turn. So draw a card. It was 6 mana, draw a card. Okay. Okay, we're gonna try Crashing Drawbridge. We're just gonna Sword of the Realm Blade again, so that they can't steal it. This is so dumb. This is so dumb. Sure. There we go. Finally, we got it, everybody. Reckless Crew. Yeah. In that one. In that one. All of them. And a Halvar. Sure. That was about as sloppy as it gets. That was a very sloppy game for our opponent. I mean, I feel like maybe on both sides, I don't know, we kind of played it fine. Our deck was not built to go up against that kind of a deck. But they controlled us very poorly. They should have definitely countered the Reckless Crew, not the Halvar. I guess they didn't realize how important the interaction was between the Reckless Crew and the Maul, or the Mace of the Valiant. So, I don't know. I mean, we could have Fire Prophesied our own creature at any time to like cycle these Fire Prophecies, but that just seemed like such a waste. That's why I kept it in our hand. But man, what a waste these were in that last game. Oh well. So that was Halvar equipment. I like the way that it turned out. I do think that there's still room for improvement. The Fire Prophecies, even though we put Fire Prophecy in there, and it's a good deck. It's a good card for like a combo deck, right? Which is what we are. But I think perhaps taking out 2 of these to put in 2 Maze Mind Tomes might actually be better. But we do want removal too on top of it. Like, it's not like we want to get rid of all of our removal. So I'm not quite sure. That's like kind of the part of the balancing that I'm not sure what would be best to do in that case. Maybe we just take out 1 Fire Prophecy, put in 1 more Maze Mind Tome, and then replace the rest of the Fire Prophecies with, like, better removal. But even in that, like, I don't think better removal would have done much for us in that last game. Maybe removal that can hit the face or something like that. Or you know what it probably should be? It probably should be, like, permanent removal, right? So, Banishing Light. It should be, like, Banishing Light. So that's what you could do if you wanted to maybe improve upon this a little bit. But even then, I'd have to playtest that and see whether that actually felt better. So yeah, that was the deck. I do like these kind of janky, weird cards and building around them. It's one of my favorite things to do. So if you guys like the whole me releasing a deck list like this and having a play of the final deck like right now, and then also having the deck builds and playtesting video, let me know if you like that, and I'll make more of them because I do that anyway. So I go through that process anyway, so might as well record it and give it to you guys if that's something that you like. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it for you. Until the next time, good luck in all your games. Ciao.